Shalom. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. As a matter of fact, Shabbat Shalom, brothers and sisters. The origins of orgies. The word orgy, it comes to us from the Greek word orgia. So we can see from the very onset that orgies was a heathenistic custom. It donates the rites practiced in honor of gods such as Dionysus, whose cult celebrates the regeneration of nature. The first precept that comes to mind, and I'm going to paraphrase it here, is learn not the ways of the heathens, because all of us were in the world and we all came into this truth with sexual, deviant, perverse, voyeuristic freak demons on us. I saw a series of shorts that motivated me to do this particular lesson here. And of course, YouTube, under the Fair Use Act, I'm going to utilize these shorts to hopefully, by way of the Holy Spirit, edify the flock. Listen closely, brothers. Let's get right into it.
Y'all wonder why that man keep cheating on you? Don't hate me. I don't hate me, ladies, but that man keep cheating on you because your childish ass won't give him no threesome. Get that man a threesome for his birthday.
Now, I want to be clear about something else. Birthdays go back to Egyptians. That's an Egyptian custom, another heathenistic custom. If you're still celebrating that, cast that shit off, man. Grow up. Let's get back into it.
You think he give a fuck about them motherfucking Jordans? No. Get that man a threesome, man. Y'all know y'all don't be wanting to cut the check for a nigga birthday. Y'all ain't spending no real rats like niggas doing y'all. Get that man a threesome. Grow up, bitch.
Now let's come from there. Let's go here, right? Because what do I mean by voyeuristic? Voyeuristic, by definition, it means relating to or donating sexual pleasure gained from watching others when they are naked. Let's pause right there. Doesn't the law tell us we shall not see another man or woman's nakedness if they're not your spouse? Yeah, absolutely it does. Let's get back to the definition. Voyeuristic also means you get pleasure from watching others engage in sexual activity. And before you watch this short here, Jake, you are the head of the relationship. Remember, Satan works through your woman. So if your woman approaches you with this sort of a proposition to entice you, hey, check that shit, man. All right? You are the head of the relationship. Listen closely and watch this Jake here as he responds to this interviewer's question.
So my sexy turn on is I like to see him. It's so good. I love it so much.
You saw how you responded to that. Let's grab one more short here, because many of you, this is how you want and desire your life to be. If you think you're going to have all your wives in the damn bed together, answer this question for me. How many women did they get for King David when he was cold? Watch closely and look at this damn Jake here. Listen to what these women have to say.
So this is our routine. It's bedtime, hubby, wifey, wife. Yep, that's what we do. So we're gonna go to bed now.
We're gonna rest up. Well, I don't know if we're gonna rest up all night, but yeah, you never know.
Yeah, we already know what you guys are going to do. We can tell by the look in your faces what you guys are all about. Now, of course, according to the law, a man can have more than one woman. But brothers, you have to have those women in order. You shouldn't be having orgies with your wives. But nevertheless, Exodus chapter 21, verse 10 tells us this. If he marries another woman, he must not deprive the first one of her food, her clothing, and her marital rights. Let's get one more, because the scriptures tells us, let everything be established on 2 or 3 witnesses. Deuteronomy chapter 21 verse 15 tells us this. If a man has 2 wives, and keep in mind, these are the same laws that's going to govern us, because they're going to be written in our inward parts in the kingdom, right? Everything is going to be in perfect order, brothers. Now let's come out of this and let's go here, because it's lawful to us. But brothers, some of us shouldn't have a wife at all until you get your shit together. All right? Isaiah 4:1 is going to take care of itself. And even when that happens, everything is going to be in perfect order. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 12 tells us this. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. Many of you brothers want these wives, and they're freaks, man. You hadn't washed them by the renewal of the word. They approach you to entice you with these sorts of things, and it has become a stumbling block unto you. Okay? Let's come out of this, because the apostles, they were dealing with this back then. And how do we know for sure? Because they were addressing Israelites all throughout the New Testament. Because remember, we had fallen away from our power. Romans chapter 13 verse 13 states this: let us walk properly as in the daytime, not in orgies and drunkenness, not in sexual immorality and sensuality, and not in quarreling and in jealousy. Where else do we see this? Let's go to the Galatians. Pardon me. Excuse me, brothers. Bear with me one second. Galatians chapter 5, verse 19 through 21 in the ESV. It tells us this: now the works of the flesh are evident: sexual immorality, sensuality, idolatry, sorcery, enmity, strife, jealousy, fits of anger, rivalries, dissension, divisions, envy, drunkenness, and what else? Orgies, and things like these, being voyeuristic. Paul said, I warn you, as I warned you before, those that do such things will not inherit the kingdom of our power. Let's come out of this. Where do we see it again? In 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 3 through 7. For the time that is past suffices for doing what the Gentiles, the Greeks, want to do, living in sensuality, passions, drunkenness, and what else? Orgies, drinking parties, and lawless idolatry. With respect to this, they are surprised when you do not join them in the same flood of debauchery, and they malign you. Oh man, you got 2 wives, I got a couple wives, we should all hook up. No, we cast that shit off. No swinging parties, no orgies, none of that shit, man. We have to cast off the weak nature and come back into these laws, these statutes, commandments, all right? But they will give an account unto him who is ready to judge the living and the dead. For this is why the gospel was preached, even to those who are dead, that thou, pardon me, just a little excited, that though judged in the flesh the same way people are, they might live in the spirit the way Yahweh does. Verse 7 tells us this: the end of all things is at hand. Therefore be self-controlled and be sober-minded for the sake of your prayers. Let's come out of this, right? Let's come out of this and let's grab 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22. It tells us to flee evil desires of youth and pursue righteousness, faith, love, peace, along with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart. Again, you have to cast off that old man, be born again, and convert. James chapter 1 verse 21 tells us, wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive the meekness and engrafted word, which is able to save your souls. Let's grab a few more and we'll finish up here, right? 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 9, it tells us, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, or idolaters, or idolatrous, or effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. If you have an orgies, even if you do it every once in a while, you are abusing yourself, man. That's not how your marriage with your wives is supposed to be. It's supposed to be in order. It's supposed to be separate. You're supposed to have your own separate relationship with them all and provide for them all. 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 5. It states, and this is what some of you need to do. This is why I wanted to put this precept in the lesson, because some of you need to fast. You need to go on a sexual fast for however long. Pray, right? Anoint yourself with oil so you can get those damn perverse demons off you. But you should do it for a period of time. Then regular sex will feel great again. 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 5 states this: abstaining from sex is permissible for a period of time if both of you agree to it. If it is for the purpose of prayer and fasting, but only for such times, then come back together. Why is that? Because Satan has an ingenious way of tempting us when we least expect it, and that's in the MSG. So yes, you can fast for a period of time, get those damn demons off you, but yes, come back together again so regular sex can feel great again. Make regular sex great again. But if you don't believe it, The scriptures tells us in Revelation chapter 21, verse 8, but the fearful, the unbelieving, you don't want to believe what the scriptures are saying? The fearful, the unbelieving, the abominable, the murderers, the whoremongers, and the sorcerers, the idolaters, and all liars. That's an idolatrous lifestyle to have orgies with your wives, man, because you're idolizing the Greek customs. Shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Hopefully you was edified with this lesson, brothers. Shalom.